In this instruction video I will explain how you can use BIM Collab in your collaborative design project. When you are added to the BIM Collab space of the university, you gain access to the BIM Collab Cloud, the BCF Managers, and BIM Collab Zoom. Together these tools can form an integrated workflow, but also can be used separately. BIM Collab Cloud is an issue management platform that can be used in combination with the BCF Managers for different BIM tools. BIM Collab Zoom is a model validation tool that brings IFC model viewing, validating, and clash detection. This can be fully integrated into the issue management workflow of BIM Collab Cloud. Both tools support the IFC and BCF open standards. This video is split in two main parts. The first is about the issue management platform, the second about the model validation tool. So, first I will introduce you to BIM Collab Cloud, how to create and manage issues on the platform, and the BCF managers that are used in its workflow. BIM Collab Cloud is a cloud-based issue management platform that can act as a central environment for managing BCF-based communication. It's accessible through the web browser as well as through different BIM tools by using the BCF managers. The platform can be used to create and communicate about issues. Having all the issues in one centralized place makes it also possible to monitor and gain insights in issues over the life cycle of a project. The two main ways to create issues are within the BIM Collab Cloud web environment and with using the BIM Collab BCF managers in different BIM tools. On the slide you can see a picture of how the creation of an issue in the web environment looks like. The first step in creating an issue is to give the issue a title, description, and one or more images of the issue with some comments. To be able to organize and structure the issues, it is necessary to define as many properties as possible. The more detail an issue contains, the better to situate it and work with it. Start by defining the issue's type, area, milestone, labels, priority and assign to. The type can help you distinguish between clashes, modeling errors, technical problems, inquiries, and others. Defining the area can help you categorize problems by location. This is a very useful setting when working on a large project. The project leader has the possibility of defining a different owner per area. When a new problem is created in an area, it can be automatically assigned to the owner of the area concerned. Milestone can be set to define project phase of the issue. A milestone is defined by the project leader with a name, start date, and end date. Labels provide more freedom in classifying problems. They can be used to mark the different disciplines and other things. The priority defines the importance of the issue. When this is set by the one who creates the issue, it helps to define which issues should be managed first by the team members. Assigned to should show the team member who is next to manage the issue. When he is done, the assigned to can change to a different team member to pick it up next. There can only be one team member assigned to an issue at the same time, to ensure there is always someone responsible for this issue. The status of an issue will change throughout its life cycle. There are three options available for the status of an issue: active, resolved, and closed. New issues always start out as active. After solutions are found to an active problem, you can resolve it so that it becomes resolved, or resolve and close it so that it becomes immediately closed. Resolved issues can be reactivated or closed and will turn back to active or change to closed. When the approval field is assigned in the properties of an issue, and this issue changes from active to resolved, it will need to be approved by the indicated team member. The approver will have the choice to reject the solution for the issue so that it becomes active again, or to approve the solution so that the problem acquires the status resolved, approved. Finally, closed issues can be reopened when necessary to become active again. BIM Collab Cloud keeps track of all issues and every change that is made to provide a full audit trail. That's why it is not possible for any user or admin to delete existing issues or changes made to these issues. BIM Collab Cloud can also be used to manage and monitor issues throughout the duration of the project. When working on large projects, using filters can be very helpful in dealing with a very large numbers of issues effectively. By combining several properties in the filter, you will have the possibility to follow the progress of the various team members, to spot delays, to take a closer look at a particular area in the building, or other things. The more you specify the criteria in your filter configuration, the more refined and specific your results will be. Furthermore, BIMCALLAB Cloud can also provide you with an overview of all issues in a project and the project's progress, using a series of summary graphs. With the BCF managers, you can connect to a BIMCALLAB project and exchange issues directly. This way you can share issues with team members regardless if they working in same or different BIM modeling and validation tools. This is therefore the most convenient way to create and communicate issues. The BCF managers can be downloaded from the website of BIMCALLAB. There is a link on the last slide. The activation a connection to a BIMCALLAB space from the BCF manager works similar in the different tools. The slide shows the process in Navisworks. Specific guides for other tools can be found at the BIMCALLAB Help Center. A link is provided on the last slide. Once you have downloaded the BCF manager for your BIM tool, open the BIMCALLAB BCF manager in your tool. Click on the connection icon, as can be seen on the left image. In the field BIMCALLAB, fill in URL to the BIMCALLAB space. Fill in your login credentials and click Connect. Choose the project which you want to connect to, and click OK. Now you are ready to start creating, editing, and solving issues. After creating or updating issues in the BCF manager, don't forget to synchronize them with the project in your BIMCALLAB space. Click the Synchronize Project button at the top of the menu. See image on the right. Now in the second part, more about BIMCALLAB Zoom and its functionalities. BIMCALLAB Zoom is a model validation tool that brings IFC model viewing, issue management, model validation and data extraction. Zoom can be fully integrated into the issue management workflow of BIMCALLAB Cloud. BIMCALLAB Zoom can be downloaded from the website of BIMCALLAB. There is a link on the last slide. When you open BIMCALLAB Zoom, you can open one or more IFC files and point clouds and navigate through the federated model. You can give prefixes to files to organize the models in the model browser, the upper part of the navigation tab. In here, the models in the project are viewed as a tree. This offers insight in the structure of the models and the components they contain. Underneath it is the Properties view, where you can review all IFC properties of any component selected in the 3D window or in the IFC tree. By opening multiple IFC models at the same time, you can create a federated model. Zoom provides several tools that help you with navigating through the model. Components selected in either tree or the model view can be hidden or isolated in the model view. This helps in checking specific parts of models. Furthermore, section planes can be used to slice your model and create views from the inside of a model. Section boxes, of which an example is shown on the slide, can be used to isolate small parts of the model. The created federated model then can be used for multiple purposes. For example, in issue management. BIMCALLAB Zoom has an integrated BCF manager to connect to a BIMCALLAB Cloud project. The issue management features of Zoom can be found in the Issues tab. In Zoom you can create new issues or review and manage existing ones directly from the 3D window. Changes can be published to BIMCALLAB Cloud. The annotations, dimensions, and colors tools in Zoom can be very useful to clarify the issue. See the example on the slide. The first tool Zoom gives to validate model data are Smart Views. Smart Views allow you to define filters to show and color objects based on their properties. These can be used to quickly gain insight in the quality of the information in your BIM model against requirements. Smart Views can be created on the upper part of the Smart Views tab. The legend, on the bottom part, can be used to interactively go through all materials, classifications, or any property you want. For example, on the slide the IFC elements filtered and colored. In the example, a standard Smart View set for the checking of the BIM Basic IDM is used. These can be downloaded from the site of BIMCALLAB. A link is provided on the last slide. In addition to visual inspection using smart views, clash detection is an important part of model validation. Clash detection can be used to locate colliding or duplicated components based on filters and set tolerances in the clash rule set. Zoom provides options to group your issue's results based on several properties in the middle part of the Clashes tab. When reviewing results, use the batch generate issue function to report multiple clashes or groups of clashes as one issue. This prevents you from having to create many different issues for similar clashes. Instead, they are merged into one issue. The final main function of Zoom is lists. Lists are used to extract properties and quantities from an IFC model. In creating a list, you define a set of components which will be used as your source set by filtering them out by defining rules. The filter works similarly to that of the smart views. Once the list has been created, you can show the results of the list by double-clicking it. They are shown in the list results panel at the bottom of the screen. When you are connected to a project in BIMCAL Lab Cloud, publishing issues to BIMCAL Lab Cloud becomes available. However, the connection comes with more advantages. For example, the shared nodes become enabled in smart views, clashes and lists. You can drag or create shared views, rules, and lists and synchronize them with your whole team. Furthermore, in BIMCAL Lab Zoom it is possible to link IFC files and point clouds stored in a shared folder to the project on BIMCAL Lab Cloud. The files in this folder will be automatically opened in BIMCAL Lab Zoom when you connect to the project. This way it is ensured that all team members of the BIMCAL Lab Cloud project always have access to the most recent files in Zoom. The project folder should be on a shared location like a server or a file sharing application, like Dropbox, OneDrive, Trimble Connect, etc. This folder should be accessible to all team members of the project. To summarize, BIMCAL Lab Cloud is an issue management platform that can be used in combination with the BCF managers for different BIM tools. BIMCAL Lab Zoom is a model validation tool that brings IFC model viewing, validating, and clash detection. This can be fully integrated into the issue management workflow of BIMCAL Lab Cloud. Both tools support the IFC and BCF open standards. On the slide you can find some useful links to get started. The BIMCAL Lab Help Center is very useful if you run into questions. And finally, the image shows the login page of the BIMCAL Lab space of the university. This is where you should log in to access the BIMCAL Lab Cloud online environment.